Assalamualaikum. My name is Sharifah Hanishamimi binti Ghazali. I am the group presenter for Group 5. So, our group will be to present on the Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transits on the issue of traffic congestion. Okay, so I would like to highlight on what I'm going to discuss today. So the main topic is the background, reason for choose the topic, planning process, delegation of work, and summary. Okay, firstly, the point is background. KVMRT or Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit is one of the dominant and largest transport infrastructure projects in Malaysia and was approved by the government in December 2010. This project is listed as an entry point project EPP under the Economic Transformation Program Greatest Kuala Lumpur and Klang Valley National Key Economic Areas (NKEA) and will provide a major boost in the integration and efficiency of urban public transport. MRT consists of three construction, which is the first one is MRT Line 1. It operates from Sungai Buloh to Kajang. MRT Line 2, it will operate from Sungai Buloh, Serdang and Putrajaya link, but this project is still under construction. And the third one is MRT Line 3, which is still in planning and development stage. Okay, as you can see on this slide, the MRT Corporation itself is the asset owner, but they do have stakeholder, which is MMC Gamuda, who act as their project delivery partner and turnkey contractor. And they do also have a supervising agency, which is a PAT or it is also known as Agency Pengangkutan Awam Direct. So their vision is to be recognized as an integral provider of urban rail transport solution, while their mission is to engineer and deliver an effective, efficient and integrated mass rapid transit system safely, on time and within cost. Okay, moving on to the next point, the reason for choose the topic. Why we choose this topic? As we know that traffic congestion is such a major issue in Malaysia. So, we want to analyze the sources of problem that leads to traffic congestion. Hence, we believe that government can do better project in order to provide best for the public, right? And the third one is because as this subject itself is about strategic management, we believe that strategic management is concerned with strengthening the long-term viability and the effectiveness of public sector. Hence, we want to seek out whether government project of Klang Valley MRT is such a success project or otherwise, because even though there are existing public transport such as LRT, KTM commuter, monorail, KLIA Express, KLIA Transit, but why Malaysia still want to proceed with this project? Is it effective? Is it a long-term or a short-term project? So, I am going to explain to you about our planning process starting from week 4 until week 11. So this is basically our Gantt chart where we have list of tasks. Here as you can see, we have a resource person which consists 4 of us, and then it is start from week 4 until week 11, but in this slide it's only from week 4 until week 6. We started from group formation, and then in this slide we start from week 6 until week 8. Last one is from week 8 until week 11, which is the completion of the video is the last task. Okay, so I will explain in details about our planning process starting from week 4 until week 6 first in this slide. Okay, in this slide, during week 4, we have formed a group. We create a group WhatsApp, and then from there, we make a discussion on to appoint a leader in the group. We seek out a newspaper article because we want to choose the topic or the project by the government, and then from there we choose one issues from the project that we have decided to choose. And then during week 5, we start to do a preliminary finding where all together of us search for varied literary sources because we need to do the drafting. The process of drafting is carried out through searching for the important details of the project. Then the details were written in a point form so that all of our group members can understand clearly the flow of the project that we want to do. And then we also make a discussion with lecturer on further problem for further analysis. This is because we want our journey on completing this assignment is always on track. And then during week 5, we also have submission of our first draft. The submission of first draft is made through the discussion among the group members in Ireland, and each person in the group is responsible to provide the details of the project based on the guideline in the scheme of work. Then the outline of the first draft is sent in I discuss under our class, which is AM2286D. And then during week 6, we make a preparation for presentation 1. From here, we make our very first group meeting, which is video call through Skype. What we do is we gather all information and brainstorm with group members to delegate of our tasks on the part of content. And then during week 6 also, we need to submit our presentation 1 in order to explain our planning process. Okay, so after week 6, we have delegate or assign the task to each member. So from this on during week 7, Sharfa has been assigned to identify the problem calls, the name of the program and project, social problem that require immediate action from the responsible agency. While Nabila Huda is responsible to identify the program background, stakeholder and shareholder of the program. On the week 8, myself, Sharifah Hanisha Mimi, I am responsible to identify the sources of problem and determine the related ministry, department, agency, statutory body that have the authority in solving it. And then Hidayah is responsible to identify and analyze the program with the mandate, whether it is NKRA, GTP, NEM, One Malaysia. And the last one is SWOT analysis and strategy choices of the program. We have divided this part to 4 members of us, which we choose for. The strength is done by Nabila, weaknesses is done by Sharfa, opportunities is done by Hidayah, and the threats is done by me. We do this together. And on the week 9, for this part, identify the challenges, recommendation, conclusion, and reference. This task it has been delegated to Sharfa to complete all of these things during this week. Okay, on the week 10, each of the member need to send their written report to myself because I'm the one who are responsible to compile the written report. And on the week 11, completion of the video is all of us together prepare for a video according to the task or point has a point given that I have been explained during week 7 until week 9. So I am the resource person who are responsible to compile all of the video done by them to be submit for our presentation too. Okay, proceed with the point of delegation of tasks. Basically, the delegation of tasks I have explained before in our Gantt chart or our planning process begin from week 4 until week 11. So, okay, before I proceed, let me introduce our team member. The first one is Nurul Nabila Huda binti Abu Bakar, myself, Sharifah Hanishmimi binti Ghazali, and Hidayah binti Muhammad Noor, and the last one is Sharfa Nur Muna Atika binti Raslan. Okay, so this is the delegation of tasks that I have mentioned before in our planning process just now. So basically, Nurul Nabila Huda, who will identify the program background, stakeholder, and shareholder of the project, and she's the one who lead the SWOT analysis as well and strategic choices of the project. And then Hidayah binti Muhammad Noor, who are responsible in identify and analyze the program under the Klang Valley and KEA. And then she also responsible in provide the correct recommendation for this assignment. And the third one is Sharfa, who responsible in identify the problem cause and the name of the project. She also responsible to identify the challenges of the project, gather reference used in this assignment as well. And myself, I need to identify the sources of problem and the related ministry that have the authority in the project, and I'm also become the presenter for the first presentation. Okay, so this is the last part, which is summary. So what can I summarize from this project assignment is we have identified the sources of problem towards traffic congestion, which the first one is increase in the number of private vehicles. The second one is the waiting time to move from one public vehicle to another public vehicle take quite a long time, which I believe that this is why people prefer to not use public transport, but they choose to use their own private vehicles. And then the environment, talking about the environment, weather has an uncontrollable effect on not just traffic but road condition as well. For example, during raining, during flood, or even accident. And the last one is infrastructure. Infrastructure where the potholes, for example, that cause slowdown to bottleneck in the areas that are populated their roadways. Okay, and the last one is we use SWOT analysis to find out what is working well and what is not so good. Okay, so this is our SWOT analysis. Our SWOT analysis consists of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So the first one, strength. MRT has a 51-kilometer line system with multiple accessible stations, where each station is in a strategic area. It also has a good service that has been provided with air conditioned, clean, informative, and spacious. And then while for the weaknesses is walkability is an issue. For example, if you want to go to KL Central, you have to stop at Museum Negara Station. So from Museum Negara Station, you have to walk to have a walking. It's have a long walking distance. So if this happened to the old folks, so walkability is such an issue for them. And then several landmarks in the city center of the historical value will have to acquire for the implementation of the project. And then the safety to residents might not be guaranteed because there might be a crime, a theft. And then at the MRT station, it will create the parking problem as well, since people choose to commute to the workplace using MRT, not their own private vehicle. And then for the opportunities is MRT has benefit to urban low-income residents in Kuala Lumpur because they would prefer to use public transportation as their main transportation to their destination. And It is also increase mobility to user and increase overall quality of public transport services. And then it will also reduce the traffic congestion. And then the fourth one is it will attract tourists to visit Malaysia because Malaysia have a very sophisticated technology. Why for the threats? There might be a change of technology in the near future, and then the private transport since the government are promoting their local made car because people nowadays are more than affordable to have more than one car. And the last one is political interference since the rail transport is partly subsidized by the government. Okay, so that's all for our presentation one. Thank you.